April was a pretty busy month for historical movies and historical TV shows, with a lot of great shows announced and released, as well as some exciting updates for future historical content releases. But not everything was roses and sunshine in April, as we have also had some cancellations of historical TV shows and a historical movie as well. And in this video I will share with you some of the most important news and updates of April 2024. And remember, if you enjoy staying up to date with everything in the historical world, then feel free to sign up to my free monthly newsletter, which will be perfect for you as I cover everything in this video in greater detail and many other articles as well. So there's a link to that in the description below if that is something you'd be interested in signing up for. So the first piece of news that I thought would be important to share is the fact that the Napoleon's director's cut has been cancelled. I think most people would agree that Napoleon was a huge critical and commercial letdown, and when I reviewed the movie on this channel, I highlighted the fact that Joaquin Phoenix's acting, the terrible pacing of the movie, and an incoherent plot made Napoleon a difficult film to recommend or enjoy. But the one redeeming factor that the movie did have going for it was the fact that Ridley Scott had confirmed that he is currently working on a director's cut of Napoleon, which would fix many of the plot holes and pacing issues of the film. And if you go back and you think about Kingdom of Heaven, that was really poorly received in cinemas by audiences and critics alike, but the director's cut of the film really improved the quality of Kingdom of Heaven and made it into a great historical epic, and I was hoping that the same thing could be done for Napoleon here as well. But according to World of Real, it seems that Apple is no longer on board with the director's cut of Napoleon, and it has been put on the back burner by the streaming platform. According to some sources that World of Real has access to, and whom they claim are well connected within the industry, they have been able to confirm that the director's cut of Napoleon will not be getting released anytime soon, and there are no concrete plans to release the director's cut in the future either. Personally, I have to say that I am a bit perplexed as to why Apple wouldn't release a movie that has already been cut and is ready to be streamed. I suspect the reasoning would have to be either the higher ups in Apple Studios are not happy with the final version of the director's cut, or perhaps they're waiting for audiences to forget how terrible Napoleon's initial run was, and they're hoping that in a couple of years' time they might be able to revitalize interest in Napoleon and maybe kick off some kind of sequel or spin-off to the series. But of course, these are all just rumors and suspicions at this point, and we have had no official statement about Napoleon's director cut being cancelled by Apple as of yet. But this silence on behalf of the studio isn't reassuring either, as there has been no concrete updates on Napoleon, the director's cut, for a long time now. If the director's cut has truly been cancelled, then I'm sad to say that Ridley Scott has once again failed to create a historical epic that was commercially and critically successful. But who knows why Apple does what Apple does, so let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas why Apple might not be keen to release the director's cut of Napoleon, or if you think this is just a false rumor that is just being blown out of proportion. The second piece of news I wanted to discuss today was the cancellation of Domina. After 2 seasons, MGM's exclusive historical drama gets the axe, with it being confirmed by the studio that there will be no season 3 of this very interesting and surprisingly good historical TV series, which focuses on Livia Drusilla, the wife of Emperor Augustus, and how she climbed her way up the political ladder to gain a substantial amount of influence and power. So I was a really big fan of Domina and I enjoyed the first season very much, but I haven't watched the second season of the series yet. And to be fair, I don't think I will do so either now, as I hate nothing more than investing time and energy into a TV series just to have it cancelled before a proper conclusion can be given, and that seems to be what is going to happen with Domina in this case. It is unclear why MGM Plus has decided to cancel Domina, as viewing numbers are not released by the studio, and the reviews for the show have been pretty good by both critics and audiences, I think. But I think Domina wasn't a show that was getting a lot of mainstream attention, and we'll probably never really get a proper answer as to why it was cancelled, just because I don't think it was popular enough, and I don't think there's enough, people curious about what actually happened to the show. So I guess like all business decisions, it just wasn't profitable enough for MGM. Let me know if you enjoyed Domina in the comments down below, and if you're as upset as me that there will be no season 3 to this exciting historical TV series. So the next piece of content I wanted to discuss is of a much more positive light, and that is about Shogun being one of the best shows I've ever seen in the historical genre. As far as I'm concerned, Shogun is the best new historical TV show of 2024, and I don't think any show, perhaps with the exception of Those About to Die, will be even half as engaging and entertaining as Shogun was. Shogun, in my opinion, is the best historical TV miniseries ever created, and I don't see any show removing it from this top spot anytime soon. I have made a few dedicated videos on this channel about Shogun, and have even reviewed the first 2 episodes on this channel. But I don't think it's only me that thinks that Shogun is just an amazing TV series. It is currently sitting at a 9 out of 10 on IMDb, a 99% Rotten Tomatoes score, and a 95% user approval score as well. So I think it's safe to say that most viewers and critics alike have really enjoyed watching Shogun, and I think it is one of the best new additions to Disney Plus and Hulu. The final episode of this series did get released on April 22, and it was a conclusion to the show that I certainly was not expecting. And to be honest, I do have some mixed feelings with the final episode. I'm not saying the ending was bad, it just wasn't what I expected. And if you're happy to watch a show which focuses more on the human cost of war rather than big battles and lots of action scenes, then I'm positive you will enjoy Shogun, as it is a show that I think is great from episode 1 to episode 10. And I recommend, now that the entire series is complete, that you binge watch Shogun as soon as possible. And my final update for April is that there has finally been confirmation of when season 4 of The Chosen will be getting streamed to platforms all across the world. So if you're like me and you've really been enjoying The Chosen TV series, then this wait for season 4 may have seemed exceptionally long, and you would be right in feeling that way, as the release of The Chosen to streaming platforms has been delayed for months now due to legal issues. But I'm glad to say we have finally got an update on when we can expect to see season 4 of The Chosen released to either the Angel app or a different streaming service. It has been confirmed by The Chosen creator and showrunner Dallas Jenkins that season 4 of Chosen will be released within the next 4 to 7 weeks, which means we should be able to start streaming new episodes of the series from the end of May or from mid-June worst case scenario. It has also been confirmed that there will be 2 episodes getting released each week, most likely every Thursday and every Sunday, but these days are subject to change and are not 100% confirmed yet. Also, as I mentioned earlier, there seems to have been some legal issues which have resulted in delays of getting Chosen released to streaming platforms. So this was just a small update for anyone else waiting for The Chosen to get released to either Amazon Prime or Netflix again. And if you don't have access to either of those, make sure you watch The Chosen on the Angel app, which is free for everyone, and I highly recommend The Chosen to all viewers of this channel, as we get to see the story of Jesus Christ told like we have never seen before, and it is really an engaging and epic adventure. So those are all the updates for April that I thought were worth sharing. But let me know in the comments down below if you feel like there's any updates or news pieces that I may have missed out on. And remember to stay up to date with everything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows. Subscribe to my channel HistorySpark, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.